Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 4. It is the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Whreck while whistling versus champions of Summer's Rift or Summoner's Rift or X-Fire or whatever the hell you want to call them. They did win for the first game. Game number 1 going into, of course, their side. It is a best-of-5 series, so no worries coming for Wheel. They have a couple more chances to even this series up and to get back into it, but they don't want to be in a 2-0 hole. That is exactly the opposite place they'd like to be in. And just like that, the draft is underway. Again, well, we got a production crew for High Ground TV. As always, big shout-outs to Pit Muckle for joining us, observing as well as doing production. We have, of course, What is Hip TV, our caster. Greg, what is up, man?
I'm doing good, man. That first game, that was like shock and awe for me that Summer's Rift were able to come back from that. But just a buyback into a dieback for the Medusa is all it really took to clear that game. He was a little bit out of position and he paid for it, to be honest. And well, we'll see if Wheel take a different approach to this game. They have the Brewmaster and the Vengeful Spirit so far. Troll and Shadow Fiend on the other side. Seems like a pretty brutal lineup for Wheel to go up against.
It is a pretty brutal lineup. I will say, I believe Wheel did the strat where they picked the Razor against these two heroes, static linked them, and they made them pretty much useless. Troll Warlord and Shadow Fiend could not right click if they were static linked. They had a rough time. They got shut down in lane pretty hard as well. We'll see if Wheel want to go for that exact route again. I also forgot to say Moppax is with us as always. Moppax, I didn't forget about you, buddy. Don't you worry. You're here, both in my heart as well as in the game. 1 minute and 50 seconds left. 1 minute and 50 seconds left onto the reserve time. We have, of course, one more band coming out from Wheel. Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit picked up for them. We already talked about the Shadow Fiend and Troll Warlord. So we talked about Relic's Medusa in that last game, and it felt like he was fine. He was doing super well, and then all of a sudden, they push down mid. They don't get the racks, and that's fine. But they actually lost too many heroes. They didn't have buyback on a couple of heroes. They had to wait for everybody to respawn, and then all hell broke loose when they tried to push into that tier 3 tower. Relic had to buy back, and then he died by farming the mid lane. The fake back came out from Champions of Summer's Rift like you talked about, but Will do have the sniper. If there's anything I've learned over the past couple of days is that sniper is a game winner. Now, he's not won all of the games I've watched, but he's won a large chunk of them. I'm a big fan of the hero, Greg.
The other thing I do want to point out here is there was a first ban Omni Knight.
Oh, boy.
From Summer's Rift, which is definitely not something we're used to seeing. Shout out to Sir Ashton Slacks on that one. And interesting ban, honestly. But I guess when you do have these two strong physical damage heroes in your first two picks, banning out that Omni Knight might actually be reasonable. I mean, GA just turns off both those heroes, basically. So
yeah, I mean, that's a very good point. Like,
literally, those heroes will do nothing.
You pick those two heroes, Troll and Shadow Fiend, you're like, it's going to be a great time. And then Goody, like, grabs himself, and Omni like, yeah, oh, I guess we have to buy defusals now. We'll pick up the Slaughter, by the way, for the safe lane. I've heard mixed opinions on this hero. I've heard many mixed opinions. When I cast with PPD, he said I can't remember if he was not a fan or if he was a fan. I think PPD is not a fan, and I think Trout was saying that he is a fan of the hero. Actually, no, PPD said he hated the hero. He just doesn't think there's so many better heroes in this situation. And he thinks also that you rely, because if you don't, the problem with the hero is that if you don't get a Vanguard early on and then followed by a Blink Dagger and you sprint, you try to fight, you're too squish, you die, you're too susceptible to getting ganked. If you get that Vanguard first, which means you have really good farm, and then you get the Blink Dagger, then you could go to work. And I'm a big fan of that. Slithering Crush is actually a dangerously strong ability. It's actually... It's, I think, a bit forgotten about in terms of how good it can be in actual. It's a lot like a Stomp. It's a lot like a mini RP to a certain extent. It could do so much damage. It can catch out 3 heroes. Then you can combine that up with anything Sniper does, Brew Clap as well. I'm a fan of Slaughter personally. Plus the amplified damage on the dire side equals a good Roshan for Wheel.
I like it against squishy sports. You know, like Dazzle and Gareth Mage. I think you can do a lot of work against squishier heroes just with Link Crush. Hit them a few times, but I can definitely understand why some people don't like him. I mean, if he doesn't, I feel like he's one of the heroes that if he doesn't get an ideal laning phase, then he becomes pretty terrible because he basically has no way to flash farm. So he can be a slightly risky pick. I wonder how are they gonna lane this?
I think Sleesel goes in the safe lane, which, by the way, Montpax was pointing this out, and I just remembered that he had one of the best Slaughters I've seen in some time. He was right up there. He was top of net worth. He was one of the richest Slaughters ever, in fact. You send Brewmaster off lane, I think, or solo safe. You send Sniper mid, and then you send Slaughter in the safe lane to farm. You could do like an aggro tri lane with Venge, Slardar, and another hero if you want, but I think they're probably better off giving Brewmaster into that offlane. I've seen Talera's Brew offlane. It's pretty solid. I think it's a good choice here as well. For Summoner's Rift, their draft is a bit more cut and dry. Troll safe lane, SF mid, Skyreth Dazzle trying to roam around and help out. The one thing I'm concerned about so far for Wheel is that Venge might not be the best support to gank for a sniper. I feel like you need something maybe with a bit longer range. I would not be opposed to seeing an Earthshaker here. Skyreth's already taken. Witch Doctor's okay. So they do go for that Witch Doctor. He could do a lot on his own, but rotating and getting a gank for that sniper is huge. We've talked about it so often, man. Like, the Shrapnel's too good to pass up and to try to get kills in that middle lane.
Shrapnel is a hell of an ability, honestly. And well, I feel like they're pretty all in on this mid game, though. I mean, Summer's Rift also have a fairly strong mid game lineup with the Troll Warlord. They're going to have the Dazzle, who deals pretty well with Slardar trying to initiate on heroes. This should be an interesting game.
Going to be something else. The Centaur Warrunner for Bugatti in the off lane. That allows him to stay alive. He's pretty tanky. But even so, I mean, a Slithering Crush, a Cask, and a Vengeful Spirit Magic Missile plus Wave of Terror might be enough to bring him down. Stampede's going to be good for initiation, especially for the Troll Warlord. That's the synergy that I really like. Stampede and then Troll just runs at you. And on top of that, Dazzle's going to keep everybody alive. He's pretty good against the Sniper, as we've talked about before. But I'm still kind of concerned about this mid lane for Brax. Again, Brax has shown us a lot of real solid play. We talked about how he had to step up maybe a couple of weeks ago. He wasn't looking the best for when Fire was still Fire at that point in time. But since Summoner's Rift has come up, he has really turned it on, man. His mid lane has been really solid. In fact, I think every game I've seen him in, he's won the mid lane more so than anything else. Yes.
Yeah, this is the interesting thing for me is, to be honest, I was not a fan of his mid play up until I think Fire broke up, and like you mentioned, it's just gotten a lot better, to be honest. So
I'm not sure if he's a lot better or if he was always this good, and now he has room to shine with these 4 heroes at his back. That might be the case.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely a possibility. Well, still waiting for Goody to connect in here or come back to the computer, whatever the case may be. Yeah, hashtag South America. So who knows?
We've said this before. Goody, I think, is the only South American on this roster.
Yep, he is.
From Venezuela, by the way. I think everyone else is from NA.
Pretty sure Talera. I'm not 100% sure where Talera is from, but I'm pretty sure he's from America.
He might be Canadian.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the problem, man. Like, I know these names. I don't generally know the players behind the names as much. I know a lot of people in this game, but Talera is certainly just escaping me at this point in time. Liesel and Goody, I've known for a long time, going back to. I'm gonna make myself look old here, but we talk. You remember Gratz though, right? We've talked about this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they
played his first team.
Yeah, I think Grant insists that was his second team,
yeah.
But it's the first team that I think he played on that anybody really casted, which was Sleesel, it was Goody, it was Artur, I think Pandagle was on it, and then another person that I'm forgetting. So that was quite the team. I can't remember. I don't think it was Sheep. I might be wrong about that, but that was his real first experience in competitive play, and I think Sleesel and Goody have gotten the short end of the stick since then, but they're 3 games away from being able to take the Dota 2 Canada Cup. I keep forgetting that they didn't win that first game, which was so close, and it just ended immediately in favor of Summoner's Rift. And I gotta say, that was quite the end. Game number 1, I will recommend the VOD later on down the line, but game number 2 now underway, man. And I will ask you, whose draft do you like a bit better starting out?
I'm not sure, but I think I like Summer's Rift's roster. I don't know. For me, it feels like Wheels, their lanes might just become a huge disaster. Like, their lanes feel kind of weak to me. I mean, Slardar is pretty shit in lane. Brewmaster in the off lane seems like it's going to be questionable. I mean, I just imagine him getting zoned by the Dazzle, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, it just... The lanes feel way too fragile for me to say that I can be confident about Wheel winning. So I'm going to go with Summer's Rift.
I really like the Centaur choice from Summoner's Rift, but at the same time, this could be a disaster if his lane is tough. But like you talked about, I do favor Summoner's Rift lanes a bit better. In terms of the later game, it always comes down to the sniper for me. I don't care who you have on your team, but if your sniper has enough space to work with and he gets farmed enough, I don't doubt that he can take over this game. They're going to try to go for the top rune spot. Sleesel's helping out as well. Whreck will probably take it, and they're not going to try to contest this. The top rune spot, although that the Radiant do have this high ground advantage, they aren't going to use it. They're going to get the bottom rune spot. BSJ picks up that bottom rune for his Troll Warlord. So he played, actually, the Phantom Lancer last game. He'll play the Troll Warlord this game, and his Troll is immaculate, I'd say, at least from what I've seen.
I mean, this is how I would put it. I'm thinking about this more. If everything goes exactly how Wheel wants it to, I think they'll crush this game. But if things don't go exactly how they want, then I think it should be pretty easy for Summer's Rift to win.
The Smoke of Deceit gang coming out from Wheel. Are they going to head top, or are they going to head bottom, or mid, rather, excuse me? They're going to head top. They're going to try to go for maybe Demon or Bugatti. Not going to be an easy gank. Goody's going to lead the way. He has Cast. They have Magic Missile at the ready. This could be a disaster, or this could be huge. Cast going to fly out. Demon's going to get stunned up. Magic Missile, good stomp. Demon trying to walk away, realizing he's in trouble. Sleesel going to get the kill. No, it's Derp Derp. Now they turn their attention to Bugatti, but he walks away. Good smoke, provides first blood. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Talera? No, nothing happening. Mad was getting caught out, but he's fine.
He's taking some damage from Talera. But now this is kind of the part that I'm worried about. Like, you just get slowed and then right-clicked by Dazzle and Troll. Look at this. Just useless.
Yeah, he can't really walk up. But I guess he doesn't have clap, and it's his job to kind of just leech experience. Troll's just such a strong laner anyways that anytime whatever hero you're on, it's very difficult to fight into. Meanwhile, mid lane, Demon's going to walk up. I don't know about this Demon. The raise might go. Demon's very low. The right click not there for Relic. He's going to have to turn to Brax. Raise is now done. The right click not enough for him. If Relic can turn around and get a right click, he'll get the kill. But not there. The shrapnel just barely 4 HP. He will survive. Both Demon and Brax. And this is the problem ganking a sniper. You have two heroes running at him, and he just shrapnels you almost to death. Arcane Bolt's going to go. It's not going to be nearly enough damage. Meanwhile, Brax, if he can get a raise off, maybe he can get the kill. But my God, Sniper, what a freaking hero.
Yeah, this is, goes back again to what we were talking about. I mean, the Sniper Shrapnel is just so good. Yes, he does have to be very careful here now. He does have a salve. I would like to see him just use it. There we go. He's
actually down in CS currently. This lane, if you get off to a fast start as a sniper, it's very tough for a Shadow Fiend, but it's the Shadow Fiend that's gotten off to a fast start. So suddenly he has Necromastery stacks up to 13. Brax looks like he's doing pretty well. Down bottom, Talera is invis. He gets some free experience. Now, that's the most important thing. He doesn't go for a kill. He doesn't go for CS, but he'll get free experience. What about the offlane coming out for the Centaur? Bugatti is level 2, so that's the difference maker, is that it's about even. Talera's getting a bit more, but the Centaur does have more CS.
All right, continuing onwards here. Actually, Talera's doing a little bit better than I thought. Mostly because it seems like they can't actually kill him. Like, I don't know if they can. I don't think they can actually kill him without the Skyrock Mage here.
He doesn't have a stout shield.
But like, look, I mean, he has so much regen. He's just going back, healing up, coming back up, getting some levels.
Gareth is rotating.
Maybe this is going to work out for them. Maybe I'm just totally wrong.
They're going to try to go for the kill. Whirling Axes, concussive shot, Arcane Bolt. I think he's dead. He does have his salve. He already clapped up. Will they dive? The Drunken Brawler, but it's not enough. BSJ getting that kill.
Literally everything I say, the opposite happens immediately after. So I'm just cursing them.
I mean, if he has a stout shield, I think he survives, or is close to surviving. Not that really does much against the magic damage, but
yeah, it's possible. But until they rotate over that third hero, it seemed like he was going to be just fine. But they rotate over the Skyrock Mage, and he gets blown up.
Even being very selfless, stacking up a lot of these camps. Realizes there's mud golems at the other camps. God damn it, stupid ass mud golems. Worst creep in the game, at least for some junglers, some heroes that head to the jungle. But still, I mean, this SF is going to have a great time. Sniper doesn't have the luxury of having stacks in his jungle currently. He doesn't have the luxury of having a CS lead. He didn't get that early kill. Top lane, Magic Missile, Maledict does go. Sprint's going to fly as well. Bugatti's going to stomp. Slithering Crush was about to fly. Bugatti probably still dies here. The last right click, Maledict proc. Maybe not. He Tango's up. He's going to live, actually.
Oh
Relic, meanwhile, mid lane dives. actually onto Brax, gets the kill. We were just talking about how he wasn't getting any support from his support heroes, and he just rotates in, gets the kill, and backs up, says easy. He doesn't need CS. He doesn't need a jungle camp. He just needs kills.
I guess that's something that I didn't really take into account, but that mid matchup 1v1 is actually just awful for SF. We talk about this all the time. I mean, sniper against SF is just brutal.
Until they change shrapnel, SF is going to have kind of a rough time. I mean, you can raise, you can try to hit sniper, but with a point and take aim, he could sit pretty far back. So the main thing for SF is that he has such a damage advantage over almost anybody in lane, but Relic can just sit back and he won't take any right click. So it's all based on raises. And instead of being aggressive for Brax, he has to just push out the wave, then head to the jungle and take jungle stacks, which is not a bad thing, but you're not necessarily shutting down the sniper. What is a problem for Relic is that he's not CSing as well as he should be.
Mm-hmm. And continuing on here, it looks like the Troll's really the only one who's getting any sort of uncontested farm, which isn't too much of a surprise with Talera not really able to impact this lane. Can do some damage to Dazzle, but not really going to be able to get even close to that Troll Warlord. So he's the only one doing extremely well. Sleesel is doing all right. He's going to be going for the Hand of Midas. And I think I like that on Slardar. It makes sense.
His 27 last hits. They've tried to kill the Centaur a couple of times, but I'm surprised he's so low in comparison. And it's not like a BSJ hasn't rotated to the jungle. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade. He picks up the Morbid Mask. Centaur grabs a Haste Rune. What will he do with this is the question. Talera, they've spotted him out. I believe, no Radiant Observer Ward. There is one over here on the high ground, which will give vision of Talera just now, I believe. Now it does. He walks in, but they're going to jump onto the sniper.
Relic.
Raze is going to go. He stays alive. Magic Missile, the Haste Rune. Assassination's going to go. It will not get the kill. 3 HP. Are you kidding me? At least they take down Brax. Really good rotations. Concussive shot. Demon nearby. He has to be careful. He's behind enemy lines. So throw up an Observer Ward. He's staying nearby. He's going to try to go for Derp. He should get this kill. One more right click. No, he needs 2, actually. Goody's going to walk in. The Shrapnel Demon might have killed himself by being too aggressive. The body blocks. Goody misses Talera, looking actually for a clap, but I think Demon's dead anyways. He is going to fall. It is going to be Goody getting the kill. Very solid rotations all around. They keep also Sleesel farming top, but they do allow somebody to get farm bottom for Banana Slam Jamma and for Goody, or rather Matt as well. So that's the trade-off.
Brax just getting destroyed in this mid lane. Not able to get together his souls. Not able to get any farm, really. Still sitting just on boots of speed.
But he's ahead in CS, though.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. But Sniper has 2 kills.
True. I mean, if you're looking just straight up at the net worth, there is an advantage coming out from Sniper, but it's not by much.
I think the... Oh, you already killed that giant stack, too. Huh. Well, I'm actually surprised. There was a huge stack right here, and Brax already take that down, but I don't know. This feels like a rough game so far for the Shadow Fiend.
It could be better, is what
it could be better, yeah. Relic, I mean, it could be better for Relic as well, but Smoke Gank, Derp, and Goody.
Gonna rotate mid. Meanwhile, Poison Touch bottom lane. Solera is gonna get caught. Clap can go. He doesn't have his 6 yet. He should fall. Sticks up. Whirling Axes. Yeah, this is a very potent bottom lane. Any lane with an Axe or Troll Warlord in it, excuse me, is a potent lane. It's very tough to deal with as an offlaner. And Brewmaster's not one that has an escapability. He's not one that's a bit... I mean, he's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough, clearly. Did he buy a Stout Shield eventually? He didn't. That's the big thing. Bugatti's going to walk right into a cask. Derp's going to look for a Magic Missile. He actually can't find it.
And are they going to die for this? No way.
That's not a diving. That's not the right time to dive there. That's just a bit unfortunate. I think Derp should have been in front, or at least closer to the back of Fan of Soyan. So a failed gank comes out. That was a long time wasted.
That was a pretty indecisive smoke gank too. They like kind of walked around this area near the top river for a little bit. Very, very indecisive on that, and it definitely cost them. Bugatti's going to take a lot of damage here, though.
Sprints away, trying to avoid that stomp. Oh, beautifully done. The sprint allows him to weave in and out. Stampede even expended. So that's a pretty nice play from Sleesel. Doesn't get the kill. Goody's going to TP away, as I think he was looking for a wraparound gank, but everyone kind of left him. Matt's here alone. In the jungle is the Troll. SF in the middle lane. Shrapnel's going again. If Relic gets off an Assassinate, which he will, it'll be a kill. He's going to grab it. Relic now getting chased down by BSJ, but he rocks right into the Shrapnel. They need a TP rotation. No battle trance. Actually, they don't need it at all because he doesn't chase. Derp, invis up, bottom lane, Mad. Maybe a Magic Missile ready to go. Talera does have Clap.
Pretty dead.
Magic Missile Right-click clap. He does have Grave. He'll stay alive, and he'll TP, and that should be enough for the... Yeah, he'll survive.
What a player.
Yeah, nice play.
I mean, the one thing that I was thinking about now, I mean, you have this underfarmed Brewmaster, and what are the implications for that as you move forward into the game? Well, the biggest thing that comes to mind is he's not going to have a fast blink BKB. So that means that Jimmy is going to be able to potentially stop his splits for quite a while. Because I mean, even if he goes BKB first and he has to wander into the fights, which is definitely not ideal. If he goes blink first, really good chance for Jimmy to just get off the Ancient Seal for them to burst him down. So could potentially be a tough game for Tolera if he does not pick his fights perfectly.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, who else are they really going to silence here? There's a couple other decent options, but it's pretty, I think it'll be pretty easy for Jimmy to just hold that silence till the Brewmaster shows up.
I'm curious. They don't have much to gap close in the Sniper either. You talked about blink daggers for Tolera. They don't have really blink heroes except for the Centaur, and he's not really getting there anytime soon, much like Tolera, but he's, I think, doing a bit better than the Brewmaster. So it really, I think, comes down to Tolera to find some blink stomps. And if that's the case, maybe Whreck decides to go for BKB. I'm not sure if he needs one this game. They can catch him with Stampede. That's actually the biggest thing, is that Troll can run in with Stampede and try to jump on Relic. So maybe they do have something to deal with him. All right, smoke top lane, Mad, as well as Demon. They're going to try to maybe wrap up. Goody could be a target. He's pulling currently. They're actually going to rotate all the way around to mid lane. They want that high-value target. He already bought his Morbid Mask. He's so close to his Mask of Madness.
Relic dying here will definitely be...
All right, he bought his mom.
All right, never mind. He's good.
Concussive Shot, Ancient Seal, TP rotations. They have to back, I think. Mystic Flare is not there. Demon's going to fall.
Demon!
He's going to go the wrong way, and that's just an easy right-click. Meanwhile, the split coming out, and Mad's in trouble. Graves not going to go. He got stun locked for ages.
Oh, my God. This game is turning out to, again, to be a disaster in the early game for Summer's Rift, but we do have to remember the last game was pretty similar, and in the end, they were able to pull it out.
A very good point. Another initiation that's botched coming out from Summoner's Rift. Not that it matters, because again, the late game was so good in the last game, and they have that opportunity again. They actually are doing a lot better than they were early on. They only had 1 kill last game. They have 2 this game. All right, we made it. 1 kill extra. Let's go. Tolera's trying to zone out Brax with only 9 stick charges. His mana pool will probably have enough for Thunderclap. He's a bit far behind. Derp doesn't have split to save his life. Tolera maybe dies here. Cask's got to go through. Actually hits onto all 3. They can't chase. What a Cask. Ice Frog, please. Fan of Soyon getting it done.
Continuing on here. Relic should be pretty happy with how that gank went, seeing as he now is sitting on 4 kills. Mask of Madness, 1,000 gold. So, you know, you mentioned Sniper is a game winner, and I think it's situations like this when he really becomes a problem. When he has a fast level 11 like this game, he has tons of damage with the Assassinate. All of the gank attempts on him have failed. He's 0 deaths to his name. Sure, he's not super farmed in terms of CS, but, I mean, comparatively, he's doing just fine in the net worth. He is well ahead of the Shadow Fiend, who, despite superior CS, is well behind in net worth. And it looks like Brax is going for the mech build this game. This build is really dicey for me. Like, I feel like this build is much better when you're ahead.
What they want, they have this timing that they're going to try to hit. Whatever item BSJ goes for, which is more than likely an SNY, that'll be there when that mech's done. What will also be there, hopefully, is the Centaur Warrunner, Jesus, Centaur Warrunner Blink Dagger as well. So those 3 items coming out together allows you to fight so heavily, and you're not quite ready if you're wheel, because you have a Midas coming out from the Slaughter. His Blink might be coming. He might go for another item instead. Relic has a Mom, but not much else, like an SNY to stay alive in these engagements. And if he gets run at or Blink stomped, then he dies. And that's the easiest way to shut him down. And if they shut him down like that, then all of a sudden, Summoner's Rift, it looks like they might have a good advantage. So we'll see how the mech does play out. Yules could have been another good option. Brax is going to try to go. If Brax dies here, that's a problem. But that Invis rune coming out, luckily he had it in his back pocket. But he did get the tier 1 tower, did Relic.
I mean, going back to this mech, I think I understand why Brax is going for it.
Demon, cast, Sleazel, low. Death Ward comes out. Fan of Sword, big grave onto Bugatti 420. Blazing, and he's trying to live. He gets his Blink Dagger. He does die. Demon will die as well, but they did take down Sleazel, who was hard farming. Swap out onto Matt. He has no grave. They're going to chase him down. They're out of mana. Can they right-click him down? Meanwhile, 15 stick charges for Matt. Brax is going to get blown up by Whreck, who was looking to try to rotate through. Talera is still behind enemy lines. Mad still uses his stick charges, has another urn to go. Now the poison touch. He does have split. He doesn't want to have to use it. Not enough mana for both. He will have to split, it looks like. Is he going to get off bash? No! For Banana Slam Jamma. RNGesus. Troll Warlord, thank you very much. I will take that kill. I will take the bash. You're not getting away.
Oh my God.
That's a 10% chance, ladies and gentlemen.
That's just Ice Frog, please. That's so unfortunate. Jesus.
10% chance.
Man, he has got to be less than pleased right now. I mean, that fight overall went pretty well for them, but that's so frustrating when that happens. Relic, I don't know if Pimp Uncle was watching this, but Relic just 1v1 Brax in this area, just not even close. Brax even tried to ulti him, and Relic's like, oh, that's cute, just assassinated him and killed him.
Yeah, so, that was...
I mean, this is just showcasing that... Oh, God.
Really?
I mean, I guess it's good against, again, you know, these squishy heroes who don't have a lot of HP. Brax, even with the mech, is not going to have that much HP or effective HP. And Dazzle, Skywrath Mage, pretty fragile.
But S&Y
gives him a little bit of, yeah, I don't know. Gives him a little bit extra mobility.
Yeah, I think it's to
giving
get
him
in
the benefit of the doubt. Giving him the benefit of the doubt here.
We'll see how it goes. Blink's still not done for Talera. He's getting there. 17 minutes offlane brew. It could be worse. Now they're going to head over to Roche. I think they smoked into this, and even if they didn't, there's no ward for the Radiant team. They have no vision around this Roche pit. There are a couple heroes missing off the map. You can maybe assume that they're in the jungle, but I think even if they did know, they probably just let it go. Goody's getting kind of low. Relic finally heads over to the pit, and this is going to be a lot faster now. And who do they give the Aegis to? Relic or to Sleesel? I think Sleesel is probably the right choice.
Sleesel is the one that jumps in, right? So he should probably get it in my mind.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Both are fine. I think both are justifiable. Look how fast he is with Mask of Madness. Oh, so close.
He might still be dead. Is that Shrapnel going to kill him? Shrapnel is going to kill him. Yep, it does.
What an ability.
Good ability.
Banana Slam Jamma back to he's ancient farming here. Does have the SMY Helm of the Dominator as well. We'll see what creep he picks up here. You know, the Frost Ogre creep could be a really good choice here. Alpha Wolf is always a popular choice as well, but the Frost Ogre I think has to be considered at least. The 8 armor is extremely good against the sniper. It gives you a little bit of armor back against the Slardar, so
I think AUI did that this morning.
Someone did that yesterday as well. I mean, it's a pretty popular choice.
Yeah. Good Chen creep. Good Chen creep. Or creep in general. Helm of the Dominator obviously completed up. SNY, BKB, more than likely the next choice for Banana Slam Jamma. So there's been a couple of tips back and forth action, but Summoner's Rift do have the lead. And they actually, again, we talked about the last game. They had an awful start, but their mid game was outstanding. Right now, they have a decent start, but how's the mid game going to turn out? They need to start hitting some smokes, maybe getting some rotations, because they have, like I talked about, this timing. You have the blink on Centaur, you have the SNY on Troll, and you also have the mech on Shadow Fiend.
I mean, this game looks ugly on the scoreboard, but if you check the graphs, Summoner's Rift are actually ahead in gold by 2,000, and XP is even a teeny bit in their favor, which is pretty crazy to me.
Tier 1 bottom being traded for Tier 1 mid, or at least it was trying to be, as it's going to get glyphed up. Bottom lane, do they have a glyph? I think they already... Nope, they still have it. They're not going to use that glyph, really. Interesting. Top lane, Brax, he's going to get TP'd on by Sleesel. He has Blink, Slithering Crush is going to go. Brax has mech, the amplified damage. Sleesel, can he get this kill? I think they stampeded him away, but Brax still in trouble. He cannot get out at this point. He has no mana for the mech. Another crush comes in. The Ancient Seal, not enough. Sleesel does take a lot of damage. He cancels his TP as Banana Slam Jamma is coming back in, but that's just the Aegis. BSJ wants to fight. Bugatti's here. Stop is up. Sleesel in trouble, about to fall. Cask will go. Now there's going to be the Witch Doctor ultimate as well. Bugatti goes down. The cast bounces from one of the small creeps in the creep camp. Relic looking to turn around as well. Turns into a 2-for-1. Wow, what a Witch Doctor ult. What a cask as well. That was impressive. That was fun to watch.
Banana Slam Jamma needs to be a little bit careful here. He's okay.
He has an SNY. Very hard for Relic to bring him down now with the damage he has. He's Shadow Blades away. They realize that he is a Shadow Blade now, and they'll probably look to rectify that.
Taking down the tower in the bottom lane, Talera Now does have that blink dagger. Second porous brewmaster. This does not surprise me. I mean, pretty unusual for him to be played in the off lane, at least kind of recently. And as a result, he is just extremely poor. And I mean, what I was talking about earlier with Demon just silencing him is definitely going to be a concern in the next couple of fights.
And I don't see how he gets to a BKB either. They're not really prioritizing farm unless he gets a Midas, which offlane brews often do. But that seems hard at this point. If he goes Midas, then maybe he misses his window. Relic gonna get jumped on by Banana Slam. Gemma bashed up the dust, and that's an easy kill for BSJ. And that's Shadow Blade not even being useful at all. But I guess SNY probably wouldn't have been useful. Brax is gonna get caught out. Slithering Crush, the amplified damage. Looking for a Blink Stomp, but he got it canceled by Wave of Terror. The mech's gonna go. Requiem's gonna fly. Sleazel's gotta back away. He sprinted. He took too much damage. Jeff's about to fall. The raise. Brax says, I don't think so. Let me throw my hands up into the air. You guys are gonna die. 3 down for Wheel. Jeez.
This is really, really, honestly, this game is really, really even, all things considered. So I think these mid-game fights are going to be pretty nuts.
Well, for example, that mid-game fight was huge coming out for Summoner's Rift. 700 gold to Brax. You don't want to get an SF any more farm than he has to be. And he's been stuck at this mech for a while too, dude. And it looks like he is going for a BKB. He's got an Ogre Club now.
Well, moving forward here, I'm trying to figure out
Shadow Blade 2, man. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to figure out who's going to win these, these little mid-game engagements. And I think a lot of it is going to come down to how effective Relic is, how much damage he's able to put out. Is he able to stand in the back of the fight and go to work? Because if he is, have to expect that they're going to have a pretty good chance to win these fights. Alpha Creep is the choice for the Troll.
I think you're absolutely right. And this is where it gets a bit more dangerous for Summoner's Rift, because if you're pushing into a tower without getting a pick, then you know exactly what Relic's going to be doing. But like I just said, Brax does pick up a Shadow Blade on Troll, which is not super unusual. It is for this patch. Sleazel's going to find Banana Slam. Gemma Slithering crushes. No BKB yet. He's going to try to get away. Blink is up in 2, now up in 3. Looking to turn around. Maybe they try to jump back in as his team is nearby. Still sprinting. Demon might be the one caught out here. Sleazel decides to stop. Nice Ancient Seal. Blinks away from the Arcane Bolt. Just playing footsie. All right.
Sleazel, wonder... I mean, I feel like when he gets his BKB, they should have a pretty good time in these fights. He's just going to be able to initiate really, really hard.
Yeah, that is the go button, I think, for Wheel, is when they have that BKB. But he's still a ways away. He has nothing on the courier now, and that's... he as a safe lane farmer, he is really just dwindled. Banana Slam Gemma, I mean, a Troll is going to farm faster than you 90% of the time. And even, obviously, Brax too, because he's a Shadow Fiend. He's got right-click, he's got raises to work with in the jungle. You have Slithering Crush to push out waves, but even with the Midas, it's just not enough. He's looking to jump in. BSJ, no BKB. He does have Shadow Blade. Nice silence coming out as well. And there's the Shrapnel Stampede away. He's so fast. He has haste with Shadow Blade. 522 moving speed. Also the Stampede coming out as well. But still 522 with just the Shadow Blade and SNY. He is so speedy.
That's crazy. Even with Shadow Blade off, he's still that fast. It's pretty nuts.
Wait, really?
No, not 522, but I mean, he's still very, very fast.
Well, with his Shadow Blade off, though, is what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite. Yeah. Very, very close, though. And now they're going to go for a headlong fight. He's going to run right into Relic. There's a Sentry Ward, though. Oh, dear.
Derp is going to be the martyr for this fight. Now there's going to be a Mystic Flare. Nice Slithering Crush. Maldic goes as well. The Death Ward, BSJ, gets graved up. And they bring him down. They're going to body block. The Clap's going to go. One right click should do the job, and it does. Assassinate onto Demon. They get the Slithering Crush onto Matt. He's going to fall as well. They thought about getting Bugatti in the fight. He backs away. Relic getting the double kill. Hoo-hoo-ha-ha, indeed. Sniper getting that shrapnel going. He's feeling himself. 3.5k gold. Scotty coming out next. Every time I say it, Greg, it's just for you.
I just giggle a little bit now, and I don't even know what to deal with it. But, I mean, that was a perfect example of a fight where Relic's just able to stand in the back, right-click away, and the result is not surprising. They just crushed that fight very, very easily. Tolera also had a pretty good ulti, and everything pretty much went well for them in that fight. And the Sniper proving his worth here. Do you think he's just going to go right for the Scotty now?
I think so. I don't know what else you buy. I guess silence is kind of a factor. So Manta, but if he was going to go Manta, he would have bought a Yasha first, and he almost has enough for a full Scotty. I think it is a Scotty.
And it looks like it is the Vlad's build for Talera. I think that makes sense when you're behind like this. The War build makes way more sense than the Axe build.
What we shouldn't forget about Scotty's the attack slow as well is very good this game. Even with Battle Trance obviously being a factor.
Purchases it up.
There it is. What about Cecil? His BKB is he has 1,000 plus nothing on the current. Nothing I can see anyway.
He almost has it. Close.
Yeah, he's 375 away. 300 away actually now. He just needs one creep wave.
I mean, some of the weaknesses of Slardar are definitely coming through in this game, though. I mean, Cecil just can't flash farm. He can't farm as effectively as like a Shadow Fiend or a Troll. I mean, Troll's just much better at farming, and rough life for Slardar. I mean, Crush is okay, but
I want to ask, by the way, how many times has this mech been used by Brax? One, maybe?
I don't know. Doesn't feel like it's been that great.
Yeah, I don't know if that's been that good of an item choice. I mean, it's still as effective now.
I don't know. I just don't like this build when you're losing your lanes.
Well, Brax does have 2.4k gold, and the mech, I'm sure, was good for early game had they been getting fought into, but they actually, I think, took a lot less damage than they were expecting. He does have a BKB now, might transition into, I'm not sure, there's a couple of options. But now the timing is there for Wheel. They pick up the BKB coming out from the Slardar, they pick up the Scotty coming out from the Sniper, anything else that's
there's an Ags on Witch Doctor.
Oh, wow, they got him. Demon was just standing right there. Easily picked up. Do they have any detection for BSJ? Bugatti's going to get cycloned up. They're going to
Oh, no!
Brax, what happened, buddy?
He got bashed. Rip in pieces. Bugatti now, he's being pursued, lifted up in the air. This is going to be enough time easily for them to kill him. Oh, man. Wow. I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah. That's a huge fight coming out from Wheel.
Roshan's alive, too. They're just going to go straight into it.
And who's this Sage is going to? Relic, perhaps? Yeah, he has an open item slot. He's ready, man. Amplified damage about to go. Hits it off. They have a medallion. Oh, my. Watch how fast this drops. Amplify? Not even amplify. He doesn't need to amplify. They kill it so quickly. That's without amplified damage. It is Sleazel picking up the Aegis. I thought it might have been Relic, but he decided against it. Yeah, he's getting a TP scroll instead. All right, well, now there's a lead. Well, no, it's still Summoner's Rift have a lead, but it's about down to even now. 3,000 experience lead for Wheel. The Scotty's almost done for the Troll Warlord. Brax is having a less of an impact than I think he would like in this game, and that might be one of the reasons why. But the positioning coming out from Summoner's Rift, that's really that's what's killing them. They've gotten a couple of fights, but
yeah, agreed.
Just not there right now.
100% positioning. Relic's had great fights every single time. 10-1. That just shows you how good his positioning has been. I mean, you get out of position at all in these earlier fights on the Sniper before you have the big HP item like a Scotty. You're just so fragile, and he just has not died.
BSJ picks up the Scotty, so now if BSJ can catch out a hero, that hero is more than likely going to die. It's just, if that's the case, you cannot really man fight into him unless you have, say, a Satanic or some way to disable him. The thing is, he goes for Scotty, he doesn't go for BKB, so they can bring him down with a Magic Missile or a Cask, what have you, but if he's able to man up on your supports, they won't even be able to get those disables off. They'll die that quickly. And now this becomes a game of slow pushing and kind of just making sure you're super safe in every single one of these engagements. You have that Aegis coming out for Wheel. Meanwhile, Summoner's Rift may be looking to defend to the Tier 2 tower. They have a glyph. If they expend it here and they die, Tier 3 is on the menu. They won't expend the glyph. Relic will get the kill. The Shrapnel does hit on Demon, but they're not going to go any further. Another Shrapnel. He'll get up to the high ground. Sleazel's going to go anyways. He pops the BKB. Demon's done. Doesn't have buyback. Stampede now down as well. I'm not sure. BKB being down for Sleazel, that's a big deal.
And now Talera can go in and ulti for free, though. There's no way to stop him really from doing it. So as long as he has good positioning, that'll be available. And I think they're just waiting for them to commit to a defense.
Well,
here we go.
Bugatti jumped in, and he got Relic. And Relic will continue to siege the tower slowly but surely. All of the other lanes are pushed out, so that is a plus for Summoner's Rift. They're not getting split push. They're not losing other lanes with Tier 2 towers. But like you said, Talera looking for the right initiation.
He's clearly just sitting here, being patient.
Bugatti going to be able to force away in 1 second. Slithering Crush does hit on Banana Slam Gemma. No BKB. The Death Ward. He gets forced out. He Shadow Blades. The Assassin coming through. He falls. He doesn't have buyback. Banana Slam Jamma, and Brax is about to fall as well. He doesn't have buyback. Mad in trouble. Grave is up. And that split did so much work. Slisa with a huge initiation. I'm going to crush you. I'm going to crush you. Talaire going to work the right click. Relic as well, peeping people from the backside. And everybody's living. Everybody's living for Wheel. We living. They're going to take the racks down. And that might be the beginning of the end. Unfortunately for Wheel, they will have to go and take those tier 2 towers. But that was an awful engagement coming out for Summoner's Rift. The fact that they didn't have buyback, they were not expecting the game.
They still have Aegis? Oh, boy.
And his BKB's back up. The only issue is he doesn't have mana, though. But
yeah, I think he needs to, like, go heal or something.
Huge fight coming out from them.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go back to statically farming here for the next couple minutes.
Well, this is Dota 2 Canada Cup, but we have brought along Pitmunkle, and we have our first replay, I believe, of the day. Pitmunkle, what's up, man?
Right, good to see you guys, you know, here in this tournament as well. And I just gotta say, that was such an impressive turn of events. Relic, offensive Shadow Blade, he was going at it. Demon was getting slowed, but, well, the real precious was actually Bugatti. He was being forced to ulti there, and that's such a big deal. Well, why? Because Brax, as well as pretty much everyone else, just doesn't have that much mobility if you don't have your Stampede, and it's such an essential teamfight contribution, really. And, well, as your sniper, just having some good times, just spamming away and assassinate, and, well, Mort, actually, we might have some action. Let's switch back to the live broadcast real quick.
Talaire's just being a bit cheeky. He claps and blinks away, decides that, no, it's not probably worth it, but
in the meantime, they have collapsed in on the mid lane, and I think this is Wheel going to try to get a little bit of value out of this Aegis here, trying to force a fight while they have it. We've thrown down by the Dazzle, however, lowering that armor, trying to keep them from moving
They don't want to fight into that. The cooldown is 30 seconds, so they have a period of time when the Aegis is up, when Weave is down, that they could try to go. They wait out this Weave. I think it's fine. 23 seconds for the Weave. We'll see. Do they want to go? Talaire does have split again. Could go BKB pretty soon. He'll have the money for it, but not yet. Mad and Brax. There's no ward on the Uber Cliff. They're going to smoke up. They're going to try to fight. This is their time, it looks like, for Summoner's Rift. This could either end in disaster or it could be beautiful. Slithering Crush misses. Mad actually gets blown up in the meantime. BSJ, the split gets off. Now the Death Ward. He's in trouble. He's going to go to Phantom Soy. Can't even bring it down, but he does in the end. All the damage already dealt by Phantom Soy on Goody. Assassinate, not needed. Brax is going to fall. Bugatti, we'll see you later. 4 down, and that might just be it, Greg. We might just have a 1-1 series.
I think we're done here. I think we're done here. Even if Banana Slam Jamma buys back, don't think that's going to be enough. Another perfect fight by Wheel. All comes down to positioning in these last couple of fights, and I think that's what lost Summoner's Rift the game. No good engagements, to be honest. And,
oh, please don't disconnect the game. Oh, unpause that. All right. Sorry.
Misclick.
Well.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening right now. I think they GG'd out.
They did.
There we go.
It is. Took a bit longer than maybe they wanted it to, but guys, that's it. The series now becomes a best of 3. Teams are even at 1 apiece. We might go the distance here. We'll have to wait and see. Such a solid first game. Second game, pretty impressive stuff as well. I gotta say, these games already have been something else. Greg, final thoughts before we head into game number 3?
Need to get a bit more careful positioning for Summoner's Rift, I think, in the next one. Or better tools to accomplish that. That was definitely what killed him in this one.
Yeah. Well, Summoner's Rift go down. Not too concerned. Draft was good. Fighting, Relic is just so strong in that sniper. Maybe think about banning out that hero. That's how good that hero is. Liesel had a nice solid game as well. Game number 3 coming up in just a moment. Again, this is the High Ground TV production team. Pitmunkle, What is Hip, Mott Dota. You can follow us. It shows right over here by the Statsman Mott packs throwing that up. And again, game number 3 well on its way. Stick around, everybody. We will be right back.